Huh. I wonder what this is. This looks very interesting, doesn't it? Let's see what this does.
What the? Where's my family at? Oh boy. I haven't done his house yet. Where's my wife? What's going on? Eyes! They're missing! And the food's gone too. Oh wait. Food on food. There goes some dinner. Still. What the? There was a chest on my chest, was there? What's in it? Chest from my chest? That's water right there, folks. My own joke is funny. Cooked mutton, a map, and what's this? A book. Welcome to my world, Metal. I have stolen your family, and you have to come defeat me. Good luck, weakling. Whoever that is. Those roads have made my day. I won't let this stand for long now, will I? Maybe pickaxe. Or mine, even. I'm pretty sure my wife had all supplies on it with her. He hurts her. Nels. Don't worry, baby. Nels coming to save you. What happens? I promised you we forge an empire together. I gave you my word of honor. And now it's not quitting time. I'll find you. I'll find whoever did this and I'll put him in the ground for it.